probably be a thing. That would probably be why.
What did you do?
What happened when you changed?
I didn't do anything. Apparently, OBS didn't want to recognize the audio input capture that we had for some reason saved, so it just did nothing. Hi.
Hello.
We've only been talking for like minutes.
There.
I went to go get coffee.
5
He'll be right back.
I think you'll like my retweet.
Oh boy. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. That is fantastic. Has anyone seen Flick? Anyone? No. No one's seen Flick? He was at a recess.
Geigen.
What?
This is fucking amazing.
What?
First of all, one of my favorite movies. And then to do it with a velociraptor, that is pure chef's kiss.
But with
Here,
raptors.
I was thinking you're actually saying Jurassic Park was your favorite movie.
That is beautiful.
Oh, hold on. Even have the raptor noises. Even have the raptor noises.
Beautiful.
Oh my god. I was looking at the subtitles and I was like, wait a minute. Is it not singing? No. It's just the sound.
It certainly is.
Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite movies of all time, and then to have a velociraptor doing it now. Beautiful. Can't ask for anything more.
That is fantastic. Oh man. Could you ask for anything more? Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that, Geigen. You're filling the void with Pi being gone. All right, so because apparently you couldn't hear me when I was talking earlier, I'm back. It's been just about 3 weeks since I've been live last. I was took my kid on a camping trip. It was phenomenal, and then I went on vacation 3 days after I got back from that camping trip, and that was good, tiring, but good. And now we're back, and I've missed everybody. I've missed playing D&D. I've missed being live. I've missed hanging out with everybody.
Hi, Wesker.
I did get some time. What's up, Wesker? I did get some time to work a little bit on some homebrew stuffs, which was always good. But yeah, it was just good time away. But since we got back Thursday night, aka Friday morning at like 1:30 in the morning. I always leave like the night before. See? Pi was getting hair compliments, and he was talking about how messy it was earlier.
It is. It's messy.
Oh man. Wesker, how are you doing? But so we get back. I had to wake up, I got to sleep for probably 7 hours or so. And then I woke up, had to go get the puppy from puppy daycare, and I stopped before I got him and got some groceries to make breakfast because we didn't have any food really at home, and like came home, cooked everybody breakfast, like had a really good day going. And then kind of my OCD cleaning tendencies, which flare up from time to time, got the best of me because we were getting new furniture delivered on Saturday, so the next day, and I had to clean out the playroom so we could take the sectional that was in our den and move it to the playroom to make room for the new furniture in the den. And I have a carpet cleaner, so not only did I have to clean the carpets, I had to like magic eraser as much as I could off of the walls in the playroom, because if you have kids or have been around kids, you know that your walls are not safe, especially if they're white. So I'm like cleaning walls, we're moving furniture, we're doing all this stuff. And like Friday at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night, I finally finished cleaning the den, because of course I've got to clean that room too. I was just exhausted. And then the furniture got delivered at 8 a.m. the next day. I spent the whole morning rearranging that room. So Sunday was just like the first day after driving for 8.5 hours and having a whirlwind of a couple days just to like do nothing. And I just laid on the floor next to my dog, like watching TikTok and listening to an audiobook. And my wife walked past me at one point and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm great." I'm just laying on the floor in the den and my dog's just right next to me. I'm like, "I'm fine." She goes outside. "She can eat anything?" I was like, "No." She comes back inside an hour later. I haven't moved. She's like, "You still good?" I'm like, "Uh-huh." I'm just not doing anything today. I want to do as much of nothing as humanly possible today. So that was Sunday. That was yesterday. And then today was my first day back at the office in a week and a half. I don't want to talk about it. I'd rather talk about D&D.
I was saying earlier that I'm not feeling good. So I feel a sick day coming on.
Oh.
Soon.
The horse. I'm feeling the horse. I think I'm gonna need a day. No.
All I know is my brain is so melted. I went so wrong when you were telling that story night.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I didn't miss you guys as much as I missed you, we would not be having a game tonight. Because I am still shellacked from all of that. But I missed you guys. I'm like, I can't say we're not playing tonight. No, we have to play. I was like, maybe we don't have to stream it. And I was like, if you're gonna play the game, you might as well stream it. Quit being a baby. Just DM the game.
And it doesn't have to be like a long game either.
No, it's gonna be fun. Like, yeah. I'm actually I've been looking forward to this session for the past 2 weeks. So like, I am excited for it. It's just like the mental overcoming of all the stuff, right? My brain's just like, but you just want to go to sleep. You know you're tired. You know you have to do a bunch of stuff tomorrow. And I'm like, get out of my head. Shut up. Negativity bug. Go away. Silencio Bruno.
I was asleep until 10 minutes before.
You were asleep? Oh no.
I literally got home at 8:30 from driving all day. Took my hour nap and then yeah. So when you were telling your story and you said that they get dirty when they're white, I'm like, are your kids not white?
Wow.
Well, technically after a week being at the beach, they're tanner than I am. So no, they're slightly brown at this point.
They're toasted.
They're toasted. They're toasted white bread.
I think that's a better way to put it.
They are. They're toasted Italian bread. No, I'm very happy. Actually, I also got some little bit of sun. You can barely see it there, but it is not pasty. I do have a color change when I go from the front of my arm to the back, so there's that.
But you're not this dark.
No.
That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I'm not.
It gets darker too.
Listen. My survival of the fittest and natural selection instincts worked out because I married a woman who is Polish Italian and has wonderful olive skin that tans and is way more sun resistant than my pasty Scott Irish German Czech mix. Okay. So my kids both tan over wonderfully, and it's beautiful because they have the most adorable farmer tans. It's just like they look like they're wearing like white wetsuits when they take their bathing suits off because they're like from mid-thigh down they're tan, and from their like sleeves on their little swim shirts they're tan, and then everything else is just pasty white and they're just running around. Oh, that's great. Oh, the farmer's tans are great. Anyway, so it's fun.
I've got the driver tan.
You got driver's arm?
Left arm.
Yep, just my left arm.
Yeah.
Yep. I put a meme for you specifically, Night, in memes.
And see, I'm Russian, Irish, English, and French, so all the white, all the pasty white.
Mud, thank you for that.
I'm a Mexican, so I tan real well.
Yeah. No, the sun hates me. So I was using SPF 65. I wore a hat and sunglasses the entire time, put SPF 50 on my nose and my ears and my face despite wearing a hat, and was always wearing at least a shirt and shorts, even in the pool, because I will die. I will die a horrible, crispy burn death if I don't.
I have SPF 100 that I use.
They make 100?
Yeah, it's hard to find though.
I've seen 80 before. I've used 80. I haven't seen 100 yet.
It's hard to find. So
That's
when
fantastic.
I do find it, I do get it.
It's only for vampires.
It's only for vampires. Yeah.
And lizards.
What is the movie? Is it Total Recall where they have like SPF 1000 or something?
I think so.
It's ridiculous. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's time to play some D&D. And that's a beautiful thing. So, Mimi, as always, would you regale us with the happenings of last session?
I will. We rode a whale.
We rode a whale.
I mean, that's the highlight right there. We rode a whale.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Campaign done.
Yeah, exactly. Goals met.
You rode a whale underwater with a protective bubble.
Yeah.
That you could breathe in.
You know, I mean, this is even better than the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. I mean, come on.
I don't like the Beatles, so it is even better than that by every measurable standard.
Yeah, we'll have to have a conversation later about that, but that's beside the point.
I mean,
I like Paul McCartney. I just don't like the Beatles.
Anyway, so not listening to you right now. Let's see, where am I? According to reports, the island that we're on used to be the home of frost giants. Dolphins. And so we're on our way to look for Valine's orb and a book and kill the nemesis of the whale.
This is a side quest, yes.
As a side quest, yes.
Yes.
So we get up and we see that there's an ice statue of a gargoyle. The gargoyle seems to understand us, but we cannot understand it. So Corin was smart enough to, ask yes or no questions. One of the questions is if it was in the service of the Frostmaiden, and it's kind of like he kind of shook his head yes, and shook his head no. So at one point, let's see here, Krathok did ask him if we knew of the Rook and the Rock, whatever. And he shook his head yes.
ROC,
and then,
Rock.
Okay. And then Valine also asked about the mage. And I don't remember his name, I'm sorry.
Nas Lantamir.
Thank you. And the icy gargoyle kind of pondered that, reached for Valine's hand. And he kind of took flight and he hovered and motioned us to follow him. So at that point we followed along the path, and then the path ended, and that's where we left off.
Right. So to provide just a couple other descriptor details to reset the scene. You rode on a whale into the sea of moving ice. Underneath was beautiful. You could see various ice structures and icebergs. There was also fish friends and dolphin friends and all other things. Not unless you got a tortilla pie, but you might. I'm just saying. And you came up on top, came up next to a dock, an actual frozen dock, next to a massive ice island. You get off the whale. Whale tells you to beware of the rock. He doesn't like it. Pisses him off. And would very much appreciate not having to deal with it. But he also said that he wouldn't leave you. So he will come back and get you. You just have to do the things. Also, Han Catnip 420, thank you so much. You must be someone that has changed your name. Because I would certainly know that name if they had been subscribed to me for 26 months. Nacho, yes! Again? You changed again? I dig it. I dig it. What's up, Nacho? Anyway, so you get out to this ice dock, and it's massive. And you start walking down this pathway, which is paved, but it's massive. I read that as high on cantrip. I'm a nerd. Fair. I almost did, but then the 420 made me double take. Anyway, so as you are continuing on this path, you do reach a set of stairs. The stairs are extra wide, extra big steps. Not so much that you can't use them, but clearly are not made for people your size. As you mentioned, you are aware that this place was a place previously the home of giants, right? So it all makes sense, but the scale of everything around you that you're seeing is very large and almost unsettlingly so. Is he size shaming us now? No, shaming you at all. I'm giving you perspective. Much like when you were in the igloo of the Frost Giant King and his mammoth. How large everything was compared to you. Very similarly, this is eerily on a scale that is just kind of uncanny. At the top of the staircase, you did meet a creature that looks like an icy gargoyle with two very spindly wings, a slender body, very kind of long, claw-like hands and feet, and a very elongated kind of nose and ears. It's a very odd-looking creature.
I keep thinking of a Noibat.
A what?
Noibat.
Pokemon.
It's a Pokemon.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe? I'm trying to think of like what I could describe it to you as other than what I'm describing. And I'm just going to stick with this because I'm going to horribly mangle up whatever I describe. But yeah, like oversized ears, oversized nose, very angular, pointy, icy looking creature. So it does respond to you, it does respond to questions, and now again is flying and is now leading you off the path. So you arrived on the island in the kind of southeastern corner. I'm telling you this on purpose. I'm not going to tell you again. And you are skilled enough to know that you are going north until you follow the path west. And when you are leaving the path is kind of curving back north, and you are continuing west, following your icy friend. It is cold. It is hard to see. There is snow flurries and snow drifting and blowing in your face. This is nothing out of the ordinary for Icewind Dale, but it certainly feels a bit more intensified here. Now, you're not feeling the effects of the cold because you all have your resistances, but it's still impeding your vision to a certain extent and is an annoyance and is going to make things a bit more difficult to see and navigate as you continue forward. That is where we will pick up.
Okay, I'm going to use my... what's it called? Hang on, look it up real quick. Heart of the Storm. Storm God, that's it. Gain the ability to subtly control weather. If it's raining, use an action to cause rain stop falling. So just want to like make it just in a 20-foot radius from me, not snowing, and the wind kind of at our backs.
Okay.
Just to keep us a little bit, not getting beaten by the wind.
So as you cast the spell, you begin kind of weaving magic. And in your kind of storm sense, everything begins to slowly swirl around you, and the creature that's guiding Valine kind of stops and looks back at you very curiously. And then instinctively pulls itself back out of view. Valine pauses. Dearie, what are you doing, dear? Oh. And as the world around you becomes much more habitable, how long does this last, by the way?
It's a bonus for action each round. It just subtly control weather.
So you can just continue?
Yeah, continuously. Just a 20-foot radius around me, which I can end as a bonus action. And oh no, it's an action to do the precipitation and bonus action for the wind. So I had to continuously focus on it, but other than that, it's.
Can you post the spell in?
Yep. Can I
just want to
do that?
Quickly double check it.
20? Is that it? Yeah, there it is.
So it's not actually a spell or anything; it's just a class item.
Yeah, it's an ability, basically.
That's really neat.
But it does take my action and bonus action.
Sure.
For those two things.
Sure. So, for instance, if you stop concentrating on it, then this is going to dissipate. But for now,
right.
Because nothing else is going on, you're able to kind of maintain this. Perfect. So, yeah. So, Corin, in this kind of 20-foot bubble around you, the snow that was kind of really streaming towards your face just begins to fall normally. And all of a sudden, all of you notice that there has now become this almost what looks like a force field wall around you. And it's a sphere, so it kind of comes up and comes to a point, and you can see where snow kind of hits the top of the sphere and how the wind kind of blows it, and how as certain kind of things hit, they make, various sweeping motions around the sphere, and everything is nice and calm inside. And at least in the sphere, you don't have to fight flurries in your eyes or your nose. And you're even a bit warmer, given you no longer have to deal with the wind chill, and you all are a bit more comfortable. And
I choose the direction of the wind. The wind doesn't stop, but yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
And Corin, I'm going to give you some inspiration for that. That's awesome.
Yay.
I think that's great. Anyway, so as this kind of happens, off in the distance ahead of you, you see the creature just kind of hovering. And it slowly makes its way back to the front of this sphere. Sphere. And it lands. And very timidly kind of pokes its finger through the wall. And it cocks its head to one side, and it sticks its whole hand through the sphere. And it pulls it back again, and you see this creature begin kind of jumping back and forth from one foot to the other, kind of doing this very intriguing dance. And for a few more moments, it keeps putting its hand in and putting its other hand in, and kind of sticking a leg in and a different leg in. until finally it notices that you're all staring at it and remembers it was taking you somewhere.
Did he turn himself about?
I was about to say the same thing. I was just waiting for him to finish.
We're just going to smile at him.
Haven't seen the hokey pokey in a while.
He wasn't doing the hokey. Damn it.
You sure described it really well.
Totally not trying to make him do the hokey pokey.
Uh-huh.
But as he turns himself around and enters backwards through the sphere, he once again grabs Valine's hand and begins to walk forward.
Did he shake himself about before he turned around and entered the sphere?
No, he did so after to kind of shake off the excess snow.
Then he did it wrong. So anyway.
He didn't know what he was doing. So, there.
It's in my notes. It's canon.
There you go. Valine, again, just very calmly reaches out and takes its hand. All right. Continue on. Yes, it's safe in here. You're fine. No worries. You have nothing to fear from us. And it just kind of looks up at her, and you see it kind of give a nod and begin kind of strutting forward. And then stops at the end of the sphere and kind of is a little confused. Until, Corin, you start moving forward, and then the sphere starts moving, and once again, it just kind of looks at you and looks around in wonder. And then kind of shakes its head again and begins kind of moving forward. After a few steps, it lets go of Valine's hand and goes to stand next to you, Corin. And just walks with you.
Very well.
You continue on for quite some time. Feels like maybe an hour or more has passed. The terrain has been easy. It's kind of interesting. You feel like you get to certain areas where the ice almost builds up into these larger hills that lead back towards what you would guess is the center of the island. But visibility is so poor that you quickly lose them as they continue to grow up. The creature continues to lead you kind of around them through various patches, and you notice that the ground is a mixture of snow-covered ice and some rock and gravel occasionally, but mostly snow and ice mixture. You continue on for probably what you would guess is another hour, until you begin to walk into an area that has barren trees. The creature stops and puts up its hand, of which it only has 3 little claws, so kind of this. And then motions you forward again. This time seeming to walk a little slower. Seems to look around from side to side. Ponders curiously. And then points in a direction and bids you walk with him that way. Do you follow?
Yep, we've been following so far.
Okay. You continue weaving your way through these trees. And Corin, it's really interesting as you pass through these trees with your sphere, as the trees are essentially frozen in their current state. There's no leaves. They're tall. They're almost kind of reminiscent of like a fir tree. So there's lots of branches kind of down, and they taper up as they get taller, and they are tall trees, but with nothing on them. You have to kind of make your way through branches, but as you kind of pass through them again with your sphere, you notice that with the wind change, the snow kind of blows off a lot of the limbs and kind of falls gently on you as you go.
Or our own snow globe.
Yeah, you are your own snow globe. It's a beautiful thing. It's gorgeous. Continuing on for a few more minutes, you begin to see something off in the distance. A large shadow. The creature seems to get excited as it moves a bit more erratically and runs ahead out of your sphere and turns around and then just waits for you to come and gives you almost a ta-da as you get close to the sculpture.
Look to see what it is.
You said it was a sculpture?
That's what it kind of looks like. Anyone care to investigate?
I'll investigate.
Oh boy. Give me a...
I will
We see.
investigate as well.
You can either give me an investigation check. Oh boy.
Athok knows nothing.
Krathok, to you, this might as well be interpretive dance. You have no idea what it is. It's just a big blob of ice to you.
I would like to perceive.
Okay.
So what can we roll? Investigation or what?
We'll stick with investigation or perception for now.
Okay.
Perceiving.
Perceiving.
I got a 30.
I got a 7.
Yeah, Corin, from your angle, you feel like it might be some kind of creature. Cathala, you're also in the same boat, kind of looking oddly at it. Drathar, you think you might have a better idea of what this is. But Poppy, you see this giant ice sculpture, and it becomes very recognizable to you. You kind of make your way.
Baby, is it?
Huh?
Not a frost giant baby, is it?
No. Maybe. Poppy, you notice something about the way that the statue is positioned that seems odd. It's much larger than many of the creatures that you're familiar with. But there's something about it that is oddly familiar to you. And as you take a closer look, you begin to make out the shape, gently reaching out to sweep some of the snow off of some of the larger areas, very gently. And after a while, Poppy, it hits you. This sculpture is a picture perfect image of the werebear that saved you as a child.
The werebear.
You make out its massive size. You make out the irregular nature of its paws/claws. As you uncover more and more, reaching as high as you can to brush snow away from the face. The detail is so incredible that it's almost lifelike. You can almost see life in the eyes of the sculpture.
I kind of close my eyes a little bit and I kind of put my hand where the heart would be to see if I can, because it's so lifelike. I feel like there should be some sort of warmth or feel some sort of, like, you know how when you put your hand on your chest and you can feel your heart beat.
Yeah. No, Poppy, you make your way around to the front of the bear, which is kind of what you encountered at first, which is partly why it was so hard to make out. And you do reach up and put your hand on the sculpture, and as you do, I want you to give me a nature check. Or medicine. One of the two.
I'll do a medicine because I got a +3 in that. $15?
Poppy, you're taken aback by just how lifelike the sculpture is. The detail is something that you don't believe with your eyes as achievable through artisanry. Instinctively, you put your hand out over the heart, looking for a lifeline. It just feels cold. But the feel of this sculpture makes you feel something inside. It cries out to be living.
I turn and look at everybody, and I'm just still kind of surprised to see this. And I explain that this is what saved me as a child. And I go and reach back up again, and this is not just a sculpture. There's something more to this as I'm touching it. There's something more to this. I can't explain it.
Hold on. Not surprised. I don't have that ability.
are you trying to do? Talk it out.
I was trying to see if I had a detect magic, but I don't have that spell prepared.
Oh.
But I do have divine sense.
What does that do?
Detects good and evil.
Okay.
I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
Okay.
So I'm going to try that. Yep. Use divine sense.
I need to double check something.
Are you checking to see if the gargoyle creature is evil?
It's not necessarily that.
Or if it's undead.
Yeah. That was more of what I was trying to verify. You don't sense anything about the sculpture itself. You do sense a small sense of evil from the gargoyle creature. But it's not like something overt that you might feel from a demonic creature, or
a fiend or a celestial.
A fiend or something like that. It has a different sense to it. It's almost like an internal darkness, but not malevolence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But Corin, you were asking something.
I don't think it was, but I will ask if Feline thinks this is magical. Is some kind of magical effect? Perhaps? I could dispel?
Feline walks up to it. You see her close her eyes. She reaches out but doesn't touch the sculpture. You know, Corin, I don't know. It certainly has a aura to it, I can sense. But there's not much I can sense beyond that. I don't know what would happen if you tried to cast anything. Certainly is uncanny, though.
Perhaps we should ask our gargoyle friend if this is one of the people we're looking for.
You look around as the creature is not next to you, and as you all have been kind of examining the sculpture, Corin, you look around behind you, and the creature's actually gone up in a tree, and it's continuing to kind of like move its head in and out of the top of your sphere, just having fun. You can see it looks genuinely happy as it kind of sits in a posture where its feet and kind of, knees are off to the side and its hands are in the middle, and it seems to be gripping on a tree branch, just kind of rocking on it back and forth, just bringing its head and its nose out of your bubble. It looks down as you mention creature. Kind of tilts its head to a side and then back to the other side. Showing you that you have its attention.
Is this what happened to Nas Lindemir?
kind of leans forward and looks at the sculpture, and then just shakes its head no.
Corn will think to himself. Do we remember why we were being brought out here? Wasn't it because we were looking for the orb?
The orb, the book,
For
and the
Noslandir?
side quest.
The rock.
It was this. We were going because we asked about Noslandir?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Valine kind of piggybacks on what you asked. You do know where a wizard is, right? It looks at her, nods yes, and points off in a direction.
So we can either go find this guy now, or we can try to do something about Icicle Man.
No, I could certainly try dispelling magic, but I'm not sure if that would help.
That's what I would do.
I mean, dispel magic, campfire.
Fire. What was that? You want fire? Oh wait, I'm not a wizard. I don't have fireball.
I mean, a small fire would probably be better than us trying to chip away the ice with knives.
It depends. Wouldn't our gargoyle friend not prefer fire? Seems like he was made of ice.
Just don't put the fire near him then.
Yeah, I can do one or the other, but if you'd like, we can try dispelling the magic first. See if that helps.
I thought Krathok didn't sense any magic.
No, I didn't sense a lot of evil.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No worries. I don't have detect magic. I just have detect.
Okay, got it. Sorry.
Well, if there's no objections, I'll go ahead and begin casting, but the snow will return very shortly.
Well, it's that, or I have a really, really dumb idea.
Oh.
Only the best ideas.
I could always try to put my boots on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they would fit. He's quite large.
They're magic boots. I think they might be able to fit to everyone. There's a Boots of the Winterland, so maybe?
Yeah, typically it takes a bit of a short rest to attune to them, but
I mean,
yeah, I'm sure we could sit here and just put him in his hand or something, and maybe he'll attune to him somehow. But let's try your magic first.
no, very well. Everyone stand back. I will cast Dispel Magic.
okay, you put that in there. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
If the spell magic doesn't work, we could always have Poppy do Firebolt. She used to be fond of that.
Well, I do have bonfire. Great bonfire.
Wow.
That would probably work a lot better.
Okay. So, Corin, you begin casting, and as you do, the sphere drops.
Hmm.
you begin kind of hearing a chittering noise from the ice gargoyle creature. But you continue on anyway, as you kind of begin to cast this spell. The sculpture itself lights up, and there's a shimmer that runs along it. As it does, you hear the chittering stop behind you.
Does anyone look at him?
I'm gonna turn around real quickly and look at him.
I'm just
Go
still
ahead.
amazed by the statue.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead
fixing
and
it.
give me a Grathok, give me a perception check.
Perception.
We'll see if you are catching on the chittering.
Ooh, baby. That's a 20. Dirty,
Yeah.
but it's still a 20.
Grathok, you are kind of keenly aware of this creature. As you kind of sense the evil, you've kind of got your it's kind of make the hackles kind of stand up, right? You're kind of looking and just kind of keeping an eye on it. You're not overly concerned because it's a small little creature, but still keeping an eye on it. And you notice that as Korn began casting a spell, the little creature to you looked like it was freaking out a little bit.
Oh.
And as soon as the shimmer hits the sculpture, which you can see out of the corner of your other eye, you see this creature duck behind the tree.
Oh.
As if to hide. Corin, your spell begins to weave its way through the ice sculpture. And as you see this brilliant magical sheen go up and down and all around the sculpture, you begin to hear cracking.
We all hear it?
Oh yeah.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
You begin to see small cracks form throughout the sculpture. Those sculptures...
Just to be safe, Drathar and Cathella are going to try to hide.
Those cracks begin to weep. And the entire statue melts away almost instantly into a puddle and then refreezes in its place.
So it was not a sculpture, and then it was back to being a sculpture?
You turned the ice sculpture into water, and then the water refroze.
So now it's just a frozen puddle.
Now it's just a frozen puddle.
Well,
as that happens, the air around you goes still. You begin to feel electricity in the air as you begin to see snow swirling next to where the statue stood. An explosion of snow powder. You see an 8-foot-tall manifestation of a woman. She stares directly at those of you that have not hidden.
Defilers! You will pay!
Oh, it's on.
Uh-oh.
I need Corin Poppy, Valine, and Krathok to all make me a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's a nat 20, bitches.
Let's go.
I'm like, no.
I got 12.
And
And they really don't like your dice, Corin, because, I mean, Poppy hit it, it turned into a 17. Valine hit it, it turned into a 2.
Yeah.
You all feel a wave of cold wash over you. You feel like your bones are freezing. You feel the blood slow inside you momentarily, captivating even your breath. And as the wave passes over you, so does the feeling. As despite the fact that most of you failed the save, you all have been bolstered, having resistance to the effects of extreme cold.
Yay.
So even though you failed the throw, you still are unaffected by this blast. And as quickly as the snow woman manifests, the snow falls. And she's gone.
Bitch.
I'm terribly sorry. Oh no.
did Poppy recognize her? Was that the woman that saved her in its human form?
Pretty sure the Frostmaiden.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Anyone that wants to try and figure out who that was.
I mean, yeah.
Natural 20.
I rolled a fucking 9.
Yeah, Poppy, that was not the werebear woman that saved you. Poppy, apparently you're the only one that knows a damn thing right now.
I'm
Sounds right.
dumb.
You stared into the face of this woman, whether you were frozen in fear or had the stone cold resolve of a now battle-hardened ranger. You can't decide yet. But you do remember those eyes in that face.
Do you remember?
As the face of the Frostmaiden in her ice woman form that dispatched your party not too long ago.
I'll turn around and look more specifically at Valine and explain this.
Oh dear, I'm well aware of who that was. I don't know what I was thinking, but we should have left well enough alone. Everything on this island is an extension of her. I suggest we get moving.
Agreed.
Oh, I'm down for that.
She turns
Give me the
around,
heebie-jeebies.
looking for the ice creature, who is begins kind of peeking its head from out around the tree. I'm sorry, little one. That was unexpected. We're not trying to cause trouble. We just thought that might have been a friend of ours. And it just looks at her and starts shaking its head. No. But even after all that, would you still be kind enough to lead us to the other mage? It is why we are here after all. The creature kind kind of crawls around the tree a couple times and works its way up the trunk. Crawls out onto a little bit of a thicker limb and kind of lays down on its stomach and puts its head over its hands and kind of has its feet lazily up, kicking behind it, contemplating. You see it looking up, looking down, kind of looking over at the puddle. There's a fly in here. It's driving me nuts. And then nods yes. Jumps down and reaches out and holds up a hand. Reaching for you, Corn.
Yep, Corn will reform the bubble.
As you do, the creature just, again, looks in amazement and begins leading you in the direction that it pointed earlier. And with that, we're going to take our first and only little break.
Yay.
Break time.
Use
Corn
your
was
potties.
sorry, but now he's not sorry.
Use your potties.
Using that potty.
Get your waters. Get your coffees. Get your spirits. I'm going to say hi to E-Rock. Hello, sir. Welcome. And welcome, everybody, to our Monday edition of Dungeon Nytes, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Oh boy, things are heating up. Things are heating up. Being called Defiler sold it for me. Just full of creepy crawlies? Ew. No.
Yeah, just, when you said chittering, it's like, was the ice statue a cactus wannabe but made of ice?
No, the chittering was from the creature. The
Oh, I know.
gargoyle.
But when you first said it and you didn't say it was from the creature yet, it was like, please don't be like the cactus that you see swaying out in the desert that's actually just full of tarantulas.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We
No.
don't need that vision before bed.
No.
No.
No, think happy thoughts. Think of a happy thought, any happy
My happy thought right now
Krathok licking a pole.
Krathok licking a pole.
That-
Yes.
actually is nightmare fuel. Sorry.
Like
Wrong
rainbows in the
pole.
sky. You can fly, you can fly. What? Seriously.
No.
Fucking fly.
Think
Get outta here.
A Christmas Story as licking the flagpole.
No,
I'm
see,
gonna-
my happy thought right now is I'm starting to wonder if this little creature is going to take Corn as the new frost master, since he can control weather.
You have very intriguing ideas.
I do. What I
Very
get
intriguing.
for driving all day and having a fried brain and dead tired.
Yes. Okay. I need.
A fly swatter.
I'm gonna break something annihilating this fudging fly. I can't take it.
If the stream
Throw-
goes down, everyone, you know why.
Away.
Mhm.
I'm trying really hard not to like overswing into the camera or my monitors or something. But I can't help it. This thing is fudging annoying.
We're just going to hear a loud crash and then everything just goes black.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty
Stream's
much.
over, sorry. We were done in by a fly. I
Oh,
can hear
and
it buzzing.
have-
like that's
I
what's
have
driving
to-
me nuts.
I have to say, E-Rock's been great company while I work.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
The chillest of D&D getting hot, hot, hot. Mr. Ruby, run! So I guess while we're in quick break mode, again, if you're just joining us, apologies, but update. We haven't had streams in the past couple weeks because I've been on vacation. So, I'm back. So content's going to be flowing again. I'm going to be editing some more episodes of Maledictum, getting those out. We're going to be having some more fun there. I got a chance to actually work on the homebrew world while I was on vacation. Very little, but it did. Enough to where we get to keep recording and I get to keep editing and putting on episodes. So there's that. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm in a game of Pathfinder with Geigen, who currently is playing both Drathar and Cathala. Tomorrow night on his channel, so make sure you go hitting up Geigen von Huber there in chat, following his channel, and coming around tomorrow night around the same time, we play some Pathfinder. We're currently in the middle of a demon war, and it's hella cool. So, you know, do the things.
Nice.
And then
Demon
Wednesdays, what can I say? I feel like a woman sometimes. I mean, man, I feel like a woman. Yes, go follow Geigen. In fact, I have this nifty little command that everyone can use. Just saying. Do a little shout out command. It just does that. See?
Nice.
See? Do the thing.
Good out.
But yes, so follow Geigen, join us tomorrow night for that. And then Wednesday night, I might be jumping into some Batman games. I picked up the Arkham Revisited pack for like $5 or $8 or something on an Xbox sale, just because those games are amazing and they're optimized for Xbox Series X now. So I'll probably be playing those on Wednesday and maybe for a couple Wednesdays because they're just fun beat 'em up games and it's Batman.
Wasn't that the ones that I asked you about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they still hold up. They're freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him and watch he goes to the store and I watch him eat dinner. I follow him everywhere. You know, it is what it is.
Sakura is everywhere.
Mhm.
For the longest time, I kept taking people in the shower with me. They didn't know it, but they were there. It happens. It happens.
Okay, I had a meeting in the shower.
Okay, fly's back. Die. You need to die, fly. I can't. The problem is I can't see it unless it's right in front of my key light. Yeah! So irritating. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. So thanks for everybody that came out today and is enjoying the story. I very much appreciate you. If you're new, don't forget to drop a follow. I guess I'll shill out if you got the Prime sub. Double check if you haven't used it. You know, every little bit helps. Especially now that Twitch is apparently going to lower their threshold rate to $50, which is great. Otherwise, if you don't want to support on Twitch and you want to support on Patreon, !Patreon will take you there. I'll take you there. And so, you can go ahead and support there and help further all the stuffs that I do, which is most appreciated because it's fun. It's lots of fun. Lots of aspirations. I'm just killing time until Pi gets back, and then we're going to dive right back in.
He's pooping.
He's pooping. Also, I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna have a mandate soon to go see the new Thor movie. I've heard mixed reviews, but you know what? Going and seeing a movie with my best friend is always a good time, no matter if the movie sucks or not. So
let me tell you about my best friend.
let me tell you about my best friend.
He's done pooping.
He is done pooping.
I wasn't pooping. I was watching a dumb video of somebody losing their finger to a shark.
While you were pooping?
Okay. I have to say this. It is my favorite week of the year. Hands down. It's Shark Week right now. And I haven't watched any of the new episodes they put out, but I saw the commercial. What up, Magic? Guys, make sure you follow Magic immediately. Follow Captain E-Rock. Follow Magic immediately.
Hello,
two wonderful human beings. Do the things.
Absolutely.
But I saw the commercial where apparently they've been doing a lot of stuff like plexiglass, and a dude is in the flimsiest plexiglass little container floating on top of the water trying to see if a great white shark is going to be interested, and it like breaks through the plexiglass as it comes up at one point, and I want to see what happens, but I haven't had time. I want to see. It looked amazing and terrifying, which is why we watch Shark Week.
And stupidity at its best.
I mean, look, if the guy makes it out alive, it's the greatest thing ever. If he doesn't, then he wins a Darwin Award. Either way, it's entertaining.
Natural selection right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. My worst nightmare. Yes, 100%. 100%. I love sharks. I've loved studying sharks since I was a kid. I love shark movies. I love being scared by them.
Sharknado.
Sharknado is
that's an awesome movie.
wonderfully terrible movie. All 5 of them. And yeah. But yeah, would totally be my worst nightmare to just be in the ocean and to see the shape in the water and you're just like, I am vulnerable.
Get the Jaws theme going.
Feel very vulnerable right now. And then you see people that free dive with great white sharks. I'm like, you have balls of steel, because I couldn't do that. I could cage dive with them. Fairly confident. But free dive? Mm-mm.
Well, I would think that basically they're really not that interested in humans.
They aren't. They aren't until you make them interested. And so a lot of times when people free dive, obviously they're not chumming the water, they're not doing those things, right? They're doing things that are triggering their curious responses and not their nom responses. So it is what it is. I get that. But still.
Just don't look like a seal, okay?
Terrifying. Terrifying.
Also, shark steaks are delicious, by the way.
They are.
Fired after calling it a whale. That's great. He was Ahab chasing his whale, and they're like, no, it's Jaws. It's a shark. I know, but I'll get that damn whale. Shark.
I have some incriminating photos of Steven Spielberg with a bunch of dinosaurs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Thought that dinosaurs were on the endangered list, and apparently he's been hunting them.
Fair enough. All right. Pie's back. Are we ready to do this? Break over. Once again, if you guys are not following Geigen, Captain E-Rock, Magic Moonshot, please be doing the things. Also, if you haven't yet checked out the podcast Maledictum, it is an actual play horror podcast that is highly edited to be condensed and enjoyable for you to listen to in your spare time. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Just look up Maledictum, or you can click on that link and watch it on Anchor or listen on Anchor because it's there. Glad to hear more episodes are coming. Yes, I actually have like 10 episodes to edit. I just have been busy, and so I haven't been able to edit. And then being out of town for vacation and stuff hasn't made it any easier. So it's all my bad. It's my bads. So we're getting there. But yes, more episodes are coming. I'm also, slightly different topic, I'm also trying to really lean in heavily to more work-life balance in terms of work, including stream work. And so I'm trying not to force myself to create content if I'm tired and I'm just trying to go to sleep instead of doing that and do things to be a little healthier, which I haven't done for years. So it's very conflicting because I feel better, but I also feel more stressed out in a few ways because I'm not doing the things that I feel like I should be doing. So it's a double-edged sword, but we're getting back there. We're getting back into motivation mode where we're going to do some editing and have some fun stuff. But yeah, some more episodes coming. Now, back to the Rime of the Frostmaiden. So, you've just had an encounter. You've all gotten through it relatively unscathed. And this curious little creature continues to carry you on. Anyone want to give me a survival check to see if you can figure out what direction you're going?
Oh, totally.
Let me see. My survival is actually what? A +5? I don't know why I did that, but okay.
I'm just following along.
Yeah, Poppy, you're kind of gonna sense of direction you're going, but definitely Corin, Drathar, especially Cathala, seems very comfortable with how things are going. I might even go so far as to say Cathala, up to this point, has been kind of keeping a mental map of where you've gone and kind of how far it's taken you to go there based on her extensive knowledge and travel. She's very adept at kind of understanding where you all are. At
Also
this
perfect
point,
for making an escape plan.
yeah. At this point, again, you had been traveling west. You started kind of going more, west by northwest for a little while until you hit the sculpture, and then you're kind of continuing on that trajectory as you almost begin to turn up a little bit more northwest. And as you do, you continue to see these kind of massive juts of ice that seem to kind of go off into the northeast towards what you assume is the center of the isle. It's beginning to get dark now, and you walk for several more hours without a path.
How deep is the snow?
At some points, especially more towards the kind of structures that are jutting out towards the center of the island, it's sometimes up to 3 feet deep. On the path that the creature is taking you on, it seems to be fairly level, around 1.5 feet. So it's a bit of a slog.
That doesn't really affect me since I have the Boots of the Winter lands, which makes snow not affect me at all for difficult terrain.
And
Basically,
I'm a natural explorer, and one of mine is Arctic.
yeah, I'm basically falling behind someone because otherwise he would just be up to his neck.
Well, the fact that I probably can walk on the snow, you're probably following Krathok as he just makes a big. He's your bulldozer.
I'm just gonna make a giant freaking trench.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm 2'11", so yeah, almost 3 foot.
Oh, you're almost 3 foot. Nice.
Yep.
God. My mic arm decided to start falling down. I'm sorry if you hear it.
Okay. As you continue northwest, you come to kind of once again an area that's a bit more lush with trees. Again, lifeless, cold trees, but trees. These trees kind of begin to ascend as you go up and over a small hill. When you reach the top, you can see in the distance, not too far in front of you, but in the distance, kind of the shape of a wall. And you can perceive some gaps periodically in the wall as it extends kind of in both directions. We'll say laterally, so east to west.
Are we still following the
creature?
gargoyle?
Yep. I'm just
Okay.
giving you a chance to respond or to do anything you would like to do. If you're good, we'll keep going.
If we're getting close to dark, probably Corin would would probably say, is there any? Think we'll reach here by? Will we reach the wizard by nightfall?
The creature looks up to you, kind of gives you ish, kind of a not a non response. You're not getting a whole lot of confidence that you're going to be making it there.
You may want to look for a place to hold up for the night.
The creature kind of puts its head up and then changes direction and beckons you to follow. Gathala, your survival check was so good, I'm just going to allow you to kind of keep up with direction as we go. You begin moving west. And as you do, you kind of move down this hill and you walk for probably another hour and a half or so. Maybe a little bit more. It's gotten very dark now. But there is a moon. And the moonlight is shining through the trees and on the snow, and it's lighting it up to where it's almost as good as daylight in many respects. You just don't have the far-reaching visibility that you might in the daytime. Every once in a while, the creature kind of stops, puts its head up, looks side to side, seems to smell the air a little, and then continues moving. Eventually, you can see water. And you continue walking next to this water for a short while, going pretty much west this entire time. It continues guiding you until off into the distance you see something very unusual. And as you continue to get closer, you can see that it's a series of 2 ships that have wrecked and have frozen into the side of this ice island.
Do we see any sort of name or iconography on the ships?
No, as one of the ships is kind of protruding up and seems to be, the butt half would be under the water, and the other ship is kind of facing towards you, and as you continue to walk closer, its back half has also kind of fallen in, and you can see parts of the ship kind of sticking up out through what is now frozen ice.
So not even any remnant of any sort of flag or anything?
Mm-mm. Just busted up old wood. They look like they've been there for a long time.
Is it close enough that we can investigate it? Like,
yeah,
go and check it out?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Sweet.
Since you're such amazing with docks, I think you should lead this. Docks and ships have a lot in common.
No, they don't.
They're both
I rolled
made
a
of wood.
9.
Yeah.
Investigation or perception?
Either or. They're going to be different results.
Better than mine.
I have a 22 in investigation.
Okay.
Dang.
Which ship would you like to investigate, Poppy? The one on the left that is kind of more angled off, or the one that's more forward?
Whichever one is closest to us to start.
So that would be the one that's kind of, the hull is facing you. You kind of walk around, Poppy, and you see a hole in the hull of the ship that is almost level with you. It's dark inside. As you peer inside with your elf eyes, you make out a shape, and it's moving.
Guys, there's something moving in here.
You begin to hear a voice, Poppy. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! You see this creature.
Be well.
This creature, this shadow in the darkness, begins moving kind of unnaturally towards you. It begins to kind of move, and it has this very melodic kind of shape that continues to kind of surge towards you at various intervals. You hear a very heavy shuffling from inside this hole. What do you do?
Poppy's just kind of walking backwards. So I'm not like right in front of this hole, and just kind of get my longbow ready.
As you do, you can see the shape continuing to push closer and closer. And then, Poppy, you finally get a look as some of the light begins to creep into the hole as this creature gets closer to the entrance. And it makes you put your bow down. You see a walrus. And the walrus just kind of pokes its head out. It's got big bushy whiskers and two massive tusks.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
You do. And now you can speak walrus.
Hello there.
You see its eyes kind of light up, and it turns its head very curiously at you. And it says in common, "Well, that's unusual. I don't often meet people that speak walrus."
Drathar is gonna sigh and just kind of say under his breath, I guess we can't have him for dinner now.
Kind of looks over at you. Hey, that's not funny.
Oh,
I was just gonna invite you for dinner.
I'm a talking walrus. I'm not stupid.
You
How
don't want
long
to be
have you-
invited for dinner?
Drathar, how long
I
have
thought
you
he
been
could keep you
here?
company.
Yes, he may very well be, but we'll let him decide what he wants to do.
I've been here a long time. This ship is one of the only ones that doesn't have scary stuff inside.
What do you mean by
Also-
scary stuff?
There's a lot of ships around the island, some of them have scary things inside. Like big skeletons and dead things. I don't like them all. Swam away from a couple sharks a few days ago.
Do you know
Sharks? Sharks? Is that what you said?
Sharks. Yeah.
Okay.
Big ones. Chompers. Lucky I can be on the ice and they can't. Found
But you
this
happen
ship and it just had a bunch of shiny things inside. Keeps me out of the cold and it's safe. I just wait for my buddy Angjaga.
Anjika? Who's Anjika?
Oh, I was about to ask if you knew Angajuk.
Angajak's the whale. You're a friend of Angajuk?
Yes.
Well then, you're friends of mine. Here, take this. It's shiny. And you notice that he's wearing something around his neck, and he kind of extends his neck and kind of looks at you, Poppy.
Poppy puts her bow away. I walk up and may I
Mm-hmm.
pull whatever it is off his neck?
Poppy, you pull this kind of chain around his neck, and you notice that there's a vial that seems to contain a kind of reddish liquid. Has a faint glow to it.
What is this?
I don't know. Valine looks over at you. It's a potion of healing. Must be some interesting things in the hold of these ships. More shinies than that one.
I do like shinies. How about we look through the other one?
Yes.
Well, we can certainly hold up here for the night. Hopefully
Well, yeah.
Please. I've got fish in here. Help yourselves. And you see him turn around and kind of, walrus his way back into the hold of this ship. Drathar, I'm assuming you're beelining for the other ship?
I'm definitely going to check out that other ship.
Yeah, me too.
where it has all the spooky scary skeletons.
Yes.
That's fine. It also has shinies.
Shinies! I'm always
As
for
you make your way over to the second ship, you notice that there's no holes in this hull, and it's sitting at more of an angle. As you climb on top of the deck of the ship, you kind of have to walk at a steep angle, but it's certainly doable. And you see that there is a large opening with a massive door that allows you to peer into the ship's hull. And Drathar, as you do, you can see some coins kind of spread here or there at the bottom of the ship, but there is a massive chest that's propped open, and you can see there's more shiny things inside.
How far away is it?
I mean, it's probably a 8 to 10 foot drop to get into the hold, but it's not far away. You just have to get into it.
Is the chest within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Is it propped all the way open so I can get a good see inside, or is it just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to prop it open the rest of the way just so I can get a real good look. See
Sure.
if it's worth it.
Yeah. Perfect. And I'll also give you inspiration for that. So, as you use kind of Mage Hand, you see kind of this hand does your will and begins to pry open this chest, and you first hear a bit of a creak, And you see that some ice has formed on the chest, and as that creaking breaks, you hear the sound of coins falling around as you can see them begin to spill out the sides of this chest. You see it's a mixture of gold and silver. And you notice that there's something else shiny that was revealed to be sticking out as the coins began to fall.
Can I tell it all what the other shiny thing is?
It appears to be a spear of some sort. But not your typical spear. A spear that has another couple prongs to it. You recognize it to be a trident.
Since it was kept in a chest, it's probably special.
I mean, it could be.
I'm going to assume so. I'm going to use
there's
Mage Hand to lift
sentimental
it out.
value, you know, there's always that.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to lift it out.
Okay.
As long as it weighs under 10 pounds, I can lift it with Mage Hand.
Oh, you got the special mage hand, do you?
You know, you get concerned. You get concerned when the hand wraps around the trident and begins to pull and has a hard time there for a second. But as more coins begin to disperse and fall out around, and you kind of hear this very satisfied ringing of the coins falling out of the chest and hitting the wood and rolling and thumping and hitting the back of this compartment, the trident finally breaks free. And the hand lifts it out. And because I'm nice, is able to fit through a hole in the wooden door that is covering this opening.
I mean, I would have had fun just having it bang against the door and be like, "Hey, hand is stupid."
Like a
Turn it.
dog with a bone or a
Yes.
branch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that didn't happen a little bit, but I'm saying eventually you're able to get it through.
Do I see any of these creepy things in there that Walrus was talking about?
No. Walrus was not talking about this ship. Walrus was talking about other ships.
Okay. I don't
Walrus?
sense, like, hear any creaking of anything else moving inside, just to be sure.
No.
Then I'm gonna look at the trident. Do I get any feelings holding the trident?
You, being someone very familiar with weapons, can tell that this is a very high quality trident. It feels light, but it also feels very strong. You don't know how long it's been in that chest, but as you feel the points of the trident, you can tell that they're still sharp. You have a sense that as you continue to examine it and you kind of notice that there are kind of runes engraved down one side and then more down another, and then some more ornamental engraving, that this is a special trident.
Okay, we'll have to see if Feline or Corin can figure out what this is later. I'm gonna just turn and yell towards Krathok. Hey, Krathok, there's a chest I'm gonna need your help with.
Oh!
Full of gold, silver, Chinese.
Okay.
Shinings.
Are we gonna? You're already in there, or no? You're outside still.
I'm still up top.
Yeah.
For sake of
All right,
time, if you're going to do this, I'm just
totally
going to say that it takes you about a half hour to get into this ship. The hinges on the door were frozen, so you had to pound on those a little bit to get them to free up. once you're able to do that, Krathok, you used brute force to open this kind of hull door. And then between your extreme size and strength, were able to kind of shovel out large amounts of coin until this chest was empty. The chest itself is not going anywhere. It is extremely heavy. You're talking about a chest that is probably about 10 feet wide and a good 5.5 feet tall, just full of coins. As you continue to pass more and more money through, I'll also save you time in the sense that you essentially are getting about 5,000 silver pieces and 2,500 gold pieces.
That's a lot.
I don't know what you're going to do with all of that money while you're walking around this island.
I have a bag of holding.
There you go.
We have a bag of holding.
Poppy, you got a bag of holding.
Sure we have a bag of holding.
And it's about to start jingling as you walk because you got back stats of cash coming out of there.
Fat stacks.
Corin, do you want to be able to, while they're working on this, you're kind of looking at the trident that Drathar is showing you. Does anyone speak or read Giant?
Mm-hmm. This guy right here. I can speak Giant and read it.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
So, Krathok, as you kind of look at the trident, you kind of chuckle to yourself as essentially the engraving amounts to that this was a present for someone. Oh. It's like, to my love, and then there's a name in Giant that is probably fairly hard to pronounce because I'm the DM and I don't want to make up a name for a giant right now. And and it it says to my beloved, to help you with fishing. And on the other side is just a bit of kind of a fishing tune, if you will. Not necessarily a sea shanty, but a fishing tune.
Fishy, fishy in the brook.
And based on the quality of this trident, you don't necessarily get any magical properties from it per se, but it is a +2 trident.
Ooh, +2 trident, nice.
Are tridents like exotic weapons or something like that?
I mean, it counts as a magic weapon. It can be thrown. It's also versatile. And obviously as a +2, you get a +2 attack to both attack and damage rolls. Made with a weapon.
A pokey thing.
It's a pokey thing.
Spooky end. It's that simple. I'm thinking the net thing. Never mind.
Also, welcome, Two-Step. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Sorry, I'm not peering his chat as often as I normally do.
You're focused on the game, man.
I'm very focused on the game right now because we're doing fun stuff and things. But as you've identified this, as you now have collected your coin, Valine has gone in and essentially has hunkered down and begun talking with the walrus. As you all kind of go and join her, the walrus is kind of tired and just kind of lays itself down and explains to you over the next couple hours that there are a number of shipwrecks that surround the island, and to be weary of them, especially to be weary of the 2 giant sharks that were to the south. Really didn't like them, had a very bad experience. You notice that one of the flippers on its tail is somewhat cut and kind of healed over slightly. And as the more you look at the walrus, you can see that there are other marks down its side that seem to be kind of evidence that, the sea is a bit of a treacherous place at times and can be rather unforgiving. But as this is a sentient, awoken walrus, it's a little smarter than your average walrus.
We're staying the night with him, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And all the while, your little icy gargoyle friend is just observing and seems to be kind of giggling at times, at other times staring off into the distance, kind of appears to be listening for things, but then goes back to giggling. Who else is going to be keeping watch tonight?
I can.
We'll probably have like a shift.
I can do watch.
Corin can't. Well, I guess it doesn't matter as much. He's not. He doesn't have any dark vision, so he'd probably better.
I have I have dark vision, and I only need, I think, 4 hours for a long rest. So
right.
Cathela and Drathar will split the night also.
Sure. So go ahead and who wants to go first on the watch? Poppy, you can choose to either go the first half or the second half, but
I can go.
You want to do the first half?
We'll go with Poppy then.
Okay. So go ahead, Poppy and Cathela, and give me perception checks.
25.
Sweet.
15.
Okay. Poppy and Cathela, you both agree to take first watch. Corin, you, Valine, and Krathok are all able to just kind of bed down and sleep for as long as you need to. The first 4 hours are very easygoing. The night is still. You hear the rushing of wind. But even at night, it seems to relax a bit around here. You notice that the wind dies down, the snow tends to fall a little straighter. It even doesn't seem so cold at times. After your 4 hours, Cathela, you kind of poke at Drathar and let him know it's his turn. Drathar, will you give me perception, please?
He's also gonna, because he never remembers his owl's name. It's now supper. He will call his owl supper.
Okay.
And the owl is gonna give him aid, so he has advantage on perception by flying around and so Drathar will be looking through the owl's eyes.
Okay.
Definitely needed that advantage. It still sucks. 13.
No, it's okay. So Drathar, as you wake up and you have Supper kind of go in and keep watch with you, Supper goes out and finds a mast of the ship that's still relatively high and intact and perches itself up there. Supper is not a fan of Gargoyle Friend, and Supper and Gargoyle Friend kind of fly around each other most of the time. Gargoyle Friend seems pretty enamored with Supper. Supper, again, not as thrilled with the presence of Gargoyle Friend. And they both kind of are, occasionally just dive bombing each other, flying from one place to another, just either trying to keep distance or close distance. It's very annoying, but also entertaining, probably, for you. Towards the early morning, during one of the interludes, or should I say a break in the action, go ahead and give me one more perception check.
Okay. Again, advantage. Nat 20.
Perfect. Supper all of a sudden kind of looks at something in the distance. You begin to kind of make out a shape moving. At first it's hard, and as the gargoyle creature kind of picks up on the fact that Supper is seeing something, the creature kind of looks off into the distance as well. And the creature reacts by coming down and swooping down quickly and begins banging on the side of the ship. Everyone got at least 6 hours in, so you're fine. Poppy, you will get a short rest, as this will not quite be long enough for you to get your full 4 hours of meditation in. But I don't think you cast any spells, so you're probably okay.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Right.
Was the only one, so.
I think don't you get one spell slot back when you do short rest? Double check that. Potentially. Anyway, double check. Point is, creature starts banging on the side of the ship.
No, I don't, by the way.
Okay, fair enough. And everyone is woken up. And it begins pointing frantically in the direction. Drathar, as you are still seeing through the eyes of Supper, and they are owl eyes, you very quickly realize that the thing coming your direction is moving fairly quickly. It's very large. It's very hairy. And it's something that you have encountered before.
Gonna hide in the ship.
Is it a Yeti?
It's Norsu.
I'd have to wonder how Norsu got here. That, and we're probably going to die if it's Norsu.
It is not Norsu.
Oh.
Is it a Yeti?
Ooh.
It
Frostro?
is a Yeti.
Oh God.
But it's
Right there is
not a normal sized Yeti from what you remember. This one's a lot bigger. And it's moving faster.
Uh-oh.
Drathar is going to warn everyone, and specifically he's going to tell Krathok, this is all you. It's a really tiny Yeti.
He gets her bow ready.
And Drathar and Cathela are going to get near the entrance to the hole and hide, just in case the thing rushes that fast.
Yep, I'm hiding.
Drathar, are you continuing to kind of channel through Supper?
I'm going to keep an eye on it until it gets real close, even though I can use it and fight just fine. But I'm going to keep an eye on it through Supper.
Drathar, you kind of stopped paying attention as you were warning everyone. And when you check back in with Supper and you start looking again, it's gone.
So Supper lost sight of it too?
Yep.
I'm gonna have Supper look all around to see if it sees anything. Footprints, anything.
Is the walrus still with us?
Yep.
Drathar, you've relayed what you were seeing through Supper, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and have Supper give me a perception check.
That's why God, that is awful. That's why I told Krathok that it's a tiny 13.
Supper gets off its perch as it's confused, having lost a huge Yeti. And it flies around. And it can't see it. It goes over and flies high up as the owl eyes are incredible, trying to look for this thing. It is nowhere to be found.
Okay, this thing is so small, I lost sight of it. Supper has lost sight of it. Grathok, you might need to just go step outside and wait for it.
All right. Grathok's going to go outside. And look around for the Yeti.
Krathok.
My whole 11 perception.
Krathok, you step out of the hole on this ship. You look around, trying to wait for this small Yeti, this tiny Yeti. Almost so much so that you're looking,
Down?
down at waist height. And then you get an odd smell as the wind changes.
Did he have yak's milk?
No. We haven't been in civilization in a while.
It might have helped him if he did. It really might have helped him if he did. Because...
Surprise!
You get a whiff of something that doesn't smell very good.
Hmm.
And as that happens, you begin to hear something that doesn't sound good.
Oh.
And as you look up to see what it was, you see a massive clawed hand grip the side of the ship, and the massive head of a Yeti come out from the side.
Oh, hi.
And we'll roll for initiative at the beginning of next session.
Oh!
Could have just said, no, you had to fuck around and find out. You just found out.
Look, I am
Why
too trusting of Drathar, okay? What can I say?
Why are you so trusting of Drathar?
I don't know.
I mean...
Drathar hasn't got you guys killed yet.
Yeah.
True.
Yet.
One.
This is all his plan, embolden Krathok to go out there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go beat up this little Yeti.
Once.
This thing
He's
is
gotten us killed once.
considered
Some of the
a
other Yetis we've seen.
huge monstrosity.
Definitely not, but could have been. It was from a distance. It looks real small from a distance.
From a distance, it looked absolutely infinitesimal. So, again, even Krathok is still considered a normal size being.
Compared to this.
No, just in general,
Okay.
right? So there's normal, then there's large, then there's huge.
That's a big bitch.
That's a huge bit. Yeah, it is. It is.
So what's our ice friend doing?
Ice
Probably
Friend is
giggling.
just watching.
Why did Geigen and I switch spots?
Because
Good,
I can de-seed for a second.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I assume died.
Well,
Okay, I'm Mimi now.
Yay!
that's uncalled for.
Hi,
Here,
I'm
look-
Geigen.
Not anymore.
Here,
you're
let me
not.
play with my fun bags for a minute. I gotta adjust them.
The marionettes.
Marionettes.
There are larger than huge things too. There are.
There are monstrosities.
Gargantuans.
Gargantuan, like Tarask.
Yes.
Yep.
This is not
Big.
gargantuan, but it is huge. So it's very large. It's very large.
I'm used to fighting, though.
It was
I mean,
very
you
large
fought
and
a
very
fought
tiny.
a
Have you ever
dragon.
fought off a giant woman before?
No, but Corin has.
Corey's taking some
Heyo.
no advantage on this.
Heyo.
Ew.
But yes,
Well, it's true.
it's true. But that is going to do it for us this evening. I'm excited for next week now.
Ah,
I mean, you got some gold, you found a special shiny weapon, you met a talking walrus who gave you a healing potion, and then you met a Yeti. I mean, what could go wrong?
I still want to know who the heck would attach a potion to a necklace.
So what you're saying is, we found silver and gold.
Silver and gold.
And now there's a Yeti.
And...
Do you want to be Yukon Coriolis?
fucking Bumbles bounce. Come on. Go.
One thing about Bumbles bounce.
Oh god.
Gonna take his teeth out so he doesn't hurt you anymore. Never mind the fact he has giant freaking claws. Didn't trim his nails either. See the mitts on that thing when he put the tree topper on at the end of the movie?
You know what he needs? He just needs a fucking manicure. That's probably what it is. So I'm just gonna set up right here and get the give him a mani-pedi.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Yeti, sir. Do you need a mani-pedi?
I don't know. Just call me Bugs Bunny if it works out, all right?
Where's Herbie? I want to be a dentist. We need Herbie to come out of nowhere. He just has a
so many
toothache.
Interesting people from interesting places.
Carol is a big girl.
Yeah.
Fucking love the old school Looney Tunes show.
Absolutely.
Man.
What happened there?
Geigen's gone again.
Geigen, quit messing with stuff.
Wow. Now I'm Cathala. Hi,
Now
I'm
you're
Cathala.
Hi, I'm Cathala. I'll stab you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you're now pirate.
I am now pirate. Look at my
I'm
beautiful
sorry.
hair.
I'm really sorry.
Hey, Krafok, would you like a lot of of my brother's stuff?
Yeah, is it yak's milk?
Oh no, his dad officially died. Oh no.
Oh no.
I put a link in your DM.
Okay. Sweet.
Now I'm gonna have
perfect. Okay. So we do have a raid target. Once again, I'm going to remind you, if you weren't here for the break and to listen, I am going to be live. On Geigen's channel, Geigen von Huber, the guy that just left and made our screens all mess up. That guy, that same guy. He's the DM for a Pathfinder campaign that I've been playing in for a while now, and it is phenomenal fun. And we are really gearing up for a demon war. And if you're interested at all in that and actually getting to see me as a player, I know I love it. It's a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, his channel, same time, same place. On Wednesday night, I'll probably be playing some of the Batman games because they're a lot of fun, and I recently picked them up on a really good sale on Xbox, so we're going to be chilling. We're going to be talking about life and fun and vacation and playing some Batman, so come on around Wednesday for that. Also, if you have not checked out the podcast yet, please go and check out the podcast at the link there, or just search for Maledictum at any of your favorite podcast platforms. It's there: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the places. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you want to listen. And if it's not, tell me and I'll put it somewhere else. Good Pods, Podchaser, all the places. It's there. Any hoozles. That's going to do it for me this week. Once again, if you are wondering where I've been on vacation for the past couple weeks, so it has been that time. It's summer. You got to enjoy time. You got to enjoy time with the fam. Get out, touch some grass, do some fishing, all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But now, we are going to go over and check out Behold Roleplay because they're good peeps. Now, this is podcasting. Oh, I have a face for radio and I know it. Anyway, let's go. Check out Behold Roleplay. They're currently playing some D&D. So, please come with us, go give them some love. And I will catch you guys tomorrow night on Geigen's channel. Also, don't forget to join the Discord. Come hang out during the week. We still chat back and forth and do all the things and talk nerdy. So if that's your thing, which I can't imagine why it wouldn't be, you're here, then come hang out with us there. But now, once again, go to Behold Roleplay. It's been wonderful having you all tonight, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Yay!
And we are raiding